Hey, I thought I'd do a little bit of a review on my plastic double Zhou Zilei Ocarina. It's a plastic double and it uses Zhou's new fingering system. So you actually cover the first and the second chamber with one hand, and that way you can play the first and second chamber notes the exact same way, exact same fingerings. So and I think that's what really sets this ocarina apart. It makes songs really easy to play on the second and first chamber. So if you want to play a song an octave higher, you play it the exact same way on the first chamber and on the second chamber. Yeah, as you can hear, I still have to get used to it a little bit. Still quite new to it. I played it a few days. My thumb injury keeps getting in the way, but since it is a new fingering system, it takes a lot of time to get used to. So let's start with that. You can see the holes are really long, so you have to really play with flat fingers. I know some people like to play like this. I know Tom likes to play like this. But yeah, you have to really hold down in order to cover both holes. Otherwise, yeah, you can see some air will leak from the bigger hole, which is the first chamber. And then the thumb hole is placed a little bit differently as well. So yeah, you have to make sure to cover that properly. And then the interesting thing is that the ocarina is actually completely vertical. So most ocarinas would be like this, more horizontal. And I guess you could play like this, but it puts your elbow in an awkward position. So the natural way to hold it is completely vertical. And it looks a little bit strange at first, like you're playing it incorrectly, but it's actually extremely comfortable. It is one of the most comfortable ocarinas that I've played. I have a lot of issues with my hands, so that's really nice. And it's light as well. It's just under 300 grams. And yeah, extremely comfortable to hold as soon as you get the hang of the fingering system, because at first you don't have the muscle memory and you will probably tense a little bit too much. But after a while, yeah, it's really comfortable to hold. I do wish there was something here, like an indentation for the thumb hole, just to make sure that you've placed your thumbs correctly, but I might just put some sort of border here with some putty or with some clay or something, just so I know that I'm holding it correctly, because I'm still sometimes leaking air like this. So I'll just play a scale. So that's the first chamber, and then the second chamber is exactly the same. So that's really nice. The first and the second chamber play exactly the same. If you're coming from a normal double ocarina, it will take some getting used to, but I do like it. I do like it. I do get a brain melt every now and again when I have to switch chambers. I play I play as if it were a normal double ocarina, and yeah, that's no good. So the first note on the second chamber is actually a C, and on a normal double it's a E. So sometimes when you switch you get a little bit of a brain melt, but that will just take some time. Yeah, so that will take some getting used to, but there is a thumb hole, so you can play the first chamber exactly the same. And then the first two notes on the second chamber overlap. So there is some overlap, and that gives you some options when you're playing. Some things are more comfortable to play completely on the first chamber. Some things are more comfortable if you stay on the second chamber. That's a little bit of a learning curve too. The full range is from a low A to, let's see, it's an E. It's an E sharp, something like that on the second chamber. So this is the C. So there's only a single sub hole, so the low A is quite difficult to get. but it's possible. I don't like it that much. I wish there was another sub hole, but I understand there's just no space on the Ocarina. And funnily enough, there's no pinky hole as well, because you can see there's just no space, because where the pinky hole would be is already the first note for your right hand. So I understand, there's just no space for a pinky hole, and that does make the E flat on the second chamber really annoying to play. So this one, I like to play this fingering on the first chamber, but on the second chamber, unfortunately, it doesn't work. It's not flat enough, so you have to play this awkward fingering, or you can use the sub hole. And yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about this one, the E flat. It's really difficult to play. I don't know if I will have to get used to it or not, but yeah, it's annoying. And there's a mosquito here trying to eat me alive. Go away, I'm recording a video. And then for the second chamber, there are some notes that you can also overblow. They don't sound too good, but they are there if you need them. I think I'm getting eaten by a mosquito as we speak. I think it's on video, but I'm just gonna continue talking. So yeah, the range is good. The range is quite good. So it's more than a normal double ocarina, and having that extra 2 notes or 1.5 notes, that last overblown note is a little bit flat. But having those is quite useful. You can actually play some songs that you can't play on a normal double ocarina, so I do like that. Mosquitoes attacking me. So I play just a little bit of a song, just so you can get a better idea of the sound, and then I'll do a little pros and cons. So yeah, you can see I'm still not completely used to it, but there are some interesting things if you notice. So some parts you can play completely on the second chamber, or you can switch. So it's like, or it's cool that you have the option. I actually don't like to play the thumb hole that much because I have weak thumbs, so I can I could just play it on the second chamber all the whole time. So this video has been going on too long, so let's just end it with pros and cons. Pros is, it looks nice. Looks pretty nice, doesn't it? I like the decals with the golden border. From far away it actually looks like a ceramic ocarina. You won't notice it's plastic, so that's nice. Then I do like the sound. The first chamber is a little bit, normally for me it doesn't have a lot of texture. But the second chamber, I really like the second chamber. It has a really textured sound. It reminds me a little bit of the second chamber on a shakuhachi. Japanese bamboo flute. It's really textures. You can kind of hear the wind. I wish the first chamber had the same textured sound, but unfortunately it doesn't. Then another pro is it's very comfortable to hold, and it's light. And yeah, it's the perfect travel ocarina. It fits in a small pouch, so I have a really small pouch here that I carry it in. It's yeah, it almost fits in my pocket, so yeah, it's really small for a double ocarina. And I like that you have the extra notes, so I can play some songs that I can't play on a normal double ocarina, even if they are quite ugly, those overblown notes. Yeah, and I think that's it for the pros. The fingering system, can't really say if I prefer that or not, but it is very comfortable to hold. So yeah, at least it's not worse than the normal fingering system. So I would say that, but I need more time. So then the cons, like I said, the first chamber, the sound is not remarkable. I prefer my clay Icarus ocarina more, it's more textured. And another con is it's really low breath, that first chamber. I wish it was higher breath, but it's extremely low breath just to get a good C. Second chamber's fine. Just the first chamber is so low breath. I wish it was a little bit more high breath. But oh well, you can't have everything. Second chamber is good though. I like second chamber. Then another con is that E flat is on the first chamber it's fine. But on the second chamber it's such an annoying fingering. Not sure what's going on behind me. I'm just gonna continue. It's not flat enough, so you have to play this annoying other fingering. Yeah, you can hear this fingering is not flat enough, so you have to play this annoying fingering. You can also use the subhole, but yeah, it's really awkward if you play some songs that has a lot of E flats, so a song in B flat, like from the beginning until now. It's annoying to play that part, but I might just have to get used to it. But I wish the thumb hole was there. I do wish it was there, or that this other fingering worked, but unfortunately it doesn't. I think that's it though for the cons. It's a nice ocarina. It's really difficult to get out of China. I hope it will be available better internationally. I was fortunate enough that I met someone recently who's from China here in Japan, and he had his friend in China send it over to him, and then he gave it to me. So that's the only way to get it. It's in the Doujin store. If you search for Ziz or Zhou Zilei, if you search him on the Doujin store, you will find this ocarina. So yeah, I'll keep it there. I'll play Zelda's Lullaby to finish it off, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Alright. think that's the noisiest sound sample I've ever recorded. So I don't know what's going on behind me. There's some kids in front of me, but yeah, I hope it gave you an idea of the ocarina. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys around. Bye bye.